Alright, and we are back. BK and Jack once again. We'll do a quick grid rundown. Is just the reverse of the previous race, but in case you missed it, Charles Leclerc on pole, and it's Kane, Stingray, Jamo, Blocky, KD, Banana Josh, Banana Cake Pie, BK, the Stone Tail, Tim, Smeg, Curving, Lunacy, and Rid 1. Let's just get straight into it. Jack, take us away at the lights.
Alright, as we build up to the lights, whenever they start, when the revs rise, the cars roar. It's time to bring the action. They're away. Charles Leclerc gets an awful start. A shocking start from Charles Leclerc. Stingray's going to look to have it go on the inside. He gets it. The job done.
Kane shoots off.
Kane's off the track. So
again at turn 1.
I like the prying Stingrays. He's driving there.
He's contact Charles.
Charles Leclerc blocking back contact as Blocky gives in the bumper there.
Lots of contact back there.
Yeah, it's a lot less civil in the feature race there, but
this is the sprint
that's what happens
race.
in the sprint. That's the sprint race for you. Anyway, BK
KD shooting a little wide there.
Yeah, everyone's struggling a bit on the mediums here. Due to, well, just being little grip here, but everyone sliding about a bit, so be interesting to see who's got good car control. Anyway, Prying Stingray, he's running away with it. Blocky into second. Charles Leclerc running in third. Banana Josh, fourth. KD rounds out your current top 5.
Yeah, exactly. And also one thing we forgot to mention as well at the end of the last stream, but I will mention it now. Charles Leclerc 82 got disqualified from the feature race for not using the medium tyre or using them for the minimum 8 laps. So that is actually 2 penalty points there, 1 for each breach of the tyre rule. So not the greatest way to make your debut, but hopefully he's learned from his mistakes.
You'd have to hope so, KD. Anyway, back to KD and BK here, running 5th and 6th, the battle for 5th. Curving Texas, he might fancy a chance here at both.
Oh, he is.
He's going to try to round BK up here. Now, this will take a lot of cooperation from both men here. No.
Oh, no, don't worry, it's Charles.
Leclerc's gone. In front of the pack.
Oh, BK and KD, slight contact. BK going to try to go down the inside.
Right.
And he's up in the 4th.
He's like, hey, where's all this fun at? He's going to try and move up into the top 5. He's going to try and round KD up. He's got his nose ahead. He's going to outbrake him. Oh, there's contact!
He got loose, but he gets it done. Now Curving Texas going to try and get it done on KD. Not going to be able to, but now Curving and Banana side by side there. Banana in the toe. Looks like he's got the advantage there. Curving slips down to 8th.
Yeah, he does. So tough start there for Curving. Well, I mean, he's still up from where he started, but still tough. Sequence of corners there, he's down into 8th, Banana Cake Pie up into 7th. Tim, he's currently running in 9th, and I think Jamo currently rounds out your top 10 here. Rid 1 up into 11th.
Oh, Prezzo's in the grass!
Prezzo's ran a little wide, now KD's going to have a chance, so Banana Cake Pie gets him.
Oh, KD a little loose there.
Yeah, and Curvy Texas will probably get him as well, so KD he's down in a 9th, I just saw there, so...
Yeah, very, very poor second lap there, he's dropped 4 spots.
Oh, tough sequence of corners there for KD, but that's what happens when the pack is so tight. One little mistake and you're just going to get swamped by everyone here. As KD having a little bit of a... Car looks a bit twitchy there. Rid 1's right behind. Does Rid 1 send it?
Yeah,
yes.
he's going for it.
Yep.
Slight door to door, but the championship leader up in the 9th.
Yeah, good stuff there from Rid 1, right behind his championship rival in Tim, currently running 8th. So 1 and 2 in the championship, running 8th and 9th, well, vice versa, but you know what I mean. Curvy Texas right on the back bumper of his team owner, Banana Cake Pie there, so I don't know if Banana Cake Pie would appreciate that, but... Or maybe he actually does enjoy his drivers racing him hard. Maybe
he is up there in 3rd, Banana Josh and BK going at it. They were side by side, Banana Josh holding it for now. And Banana Josh is wide.
Oh, he's gone! He's gone.
He's
Banana Josh got rear damage again. Again he's got damage. 2 races in a row for Banana Josh.
Not his night, obviously. He did come into this one wanting redemption after missing out on a win in the final lap to Banana Cake Pie in Season 3. It's not meant to be for him. As now BK up into 3rd after starting 9th on the grid in the Stone Towel. He started 10th on the grid, I believe, and he is up in the 4th. So great start from those two.
Yeah, real good start from a lot of the faster drivers here, they know, right, these opening laps, they get hectic. Let's just not try and wreck your car. Don't try and wreck your car. Just play it safe, and opportunities will open up. Everyone knows that. You'll get an opportunity to get past L1 as an arcade Kai in 5th, Curving Texas in 6th. So, good start. Pretty clean start from everyone, apart from lap 1 and a couple bit of the shenanigans that went on there, but as expected in the sprint race, isn't it, BK?
Yeah, that is just what happens. That's just what happens when you put the faster guys behind the slower guys. Sometimes incidents happen, but if you look at that, look at the map. Look at the track map. Stingray, he has completely checked out. He took the opportunity starting from 3rd, and he has absolutely run with it. As Blocky there in 2nd, you look at lap 3, 1.5 seconds slower.
He's gone. He's absolutely sent it. And Stingray knows this is a massive opportunity for a race win here. He is going to take this with both hands if he possibly can. BK, he's running in 3rd at the moment, yet to get a podium this season, as we mentioned in the feature. Can he get a podium in the sprint race? I know it's early days, but still running inside the top 3 here. Is he on the soft sort of mediums?
Everyone's on the mediums except for Charles Leclerc.
Ah, yes. So
also,
BK,
if we do want to talk about yet to get a podium, sorry to cut you off, but Blocky Rex hasn't got a podium yet in his career. The Stone Tail hasn't been on the podium yet this season. Neither has Banana Cake Pie. So lots of drivers up near the front yet to step on that podium this season.
Yeah, so that just goes up with the competition, really. A lot of the established drivers that have been around for a while, everyone gets faster. They also get faster, but still they struggle to get to the podium sometimes. A lot of the, what you'd say, founding drivers, really. So as they get older, wiser, some of the young fellas, they'll come up and beat them. They still get faster, and it's tougher to get a podium. So they have to drive harder, work harder for a podium.
Exactly, podiums just coming few and far between for some of the more, like you said, some of the more established drivers of the competition, of the series, and you know, I genuinely, actually, no, I was about to say I don't believe Banana's gotten a podium since he was here last time in Brands Hatch, but no, I do remember he came P2. Someone's off! It's the Stone Tail!
That's the Stone Tail! Stone Tail's gone.
He's lost 2 places there to both BC PRD cars, and now he has Ripon and Tim all over the back of him.
Yeah, if there's any team orders, he'll probably make it hard for Tim and try and get Ridwan past him. But I don't know if Prezzo's that kind of driver. I think he just races everyone hard. Really,
Tim now going for a run.
He'll get him down in turn 1 here, and you'd probably expect Ridwan will sneak on past. Prezzo won't make it too hard for his star driver, except that the Stone Tail's going to try to switch back up into turn 2. Can he pull it up? Well, I'd say the answer is yes.
You bet he can.
He's going to do what the Van Gisbergen trick on McLaughlin. He's going to shove Tim out wide and let his teammate through. Or has it worked a treat? No, not really. No, it hasn't.
One FP Autosport car's through, but the other one still back there having to put up a fight with Tim Ant as Ridwan. He's trying to go right to the outside now. Forced off slightly.
He's probably going to stick here. He's going to have such good run here. That SLS, we know how good it is in the straight here. This is one of the only straights on this track where it can really just demonstrate how good it is, but he just couldn't get that move done there. Lunacy, runner-up from the previous race. Caesar running a quiet P9. He's up from 14th on the grid.
It's just his signature style, though, when it comes to the sprint races with Lunacy. He normally sits back, lets the chaos unfold, and then when it comes time, he'll pick off the scraps.
Absolutely. The seat's just normally part for him.
And also, it's minimum tyre time as well, because it's only 6 laps for this race, so the pit window has officially opened.
Now, 2 stop or 1 stop. If you're a salesman, BK, what are you going to try sell me here, mate?
Well, we do believe here on the pit wall that the 1 stop is the way to go. Obviously, you lose about 10, 11, 12 seconds if you just do a tyre stop, and with 8 less laps, it's just not really worth it.
So, do you try to split this race up into halves, or do you?
You either want to roughly do it in the halves, or at the earliest, I'd say probably about 9 or 10 if you're going from the mediums to the softs. Any more than about 11, 12, 13 laps on the soft compound of the tyre, and it really won't do any favours. And I mean, Banana Cake Pie in the previous race, prime example of that.
Lunacy in the background just got he's got it alongside Tim here. Now, he's just not going to quite have the pace or the track position for that matter to sneak past Tim here, but He's going to try to switch back. He did it a couple times in the feature. Tim's will wake up to it. Can't get past him just yet.
So yeah, Lunacy at the moment, he's made a bit of progress going from 14th to 9th. But speaking about someone who's made absolutely no progress, we've got to talk about the Smeg. He started in P12 and he's still P12. So Smeg really struggling here tonight.
Yeah, he's just trapped a little here. He's just stuck behind KD and Jamo, so just hasn't been able to make a move on them, which is, I would say, unexpected really, because we know how fast the Smeg is on his day. So it's turning out to be one of his favourite tracks. I mean, he did finish 4th in that feature, so
yeah, his BK down the inside of Blocky.
Yeah, I was about to just say that BK got the move done on Blocky and he cuts Blocky out wide. Can Banana Cake Pie get past Blocky, or is Blocky just... He's going to round him up here. Just about. He's going to take a podium off a child.
But yeah, we know the rivalry that BK and Banana have, and they actually work together there, so they can both get past Blocky. It looks like now Curving Texas. He's going to try and use the slipstream from his teammate to get that move done, and he has. So a very, very poor sequence of corners there for Blocky, dropping from 2nd down to 5th.
Yeah, he's running in the top 5 though, so he's still got a lot of pace in that car. I mean, he's making the most of these reverse grids where he runs up front for a bit. He's always a contender for a podium in these, even for a win for that matter. So,
and remember, this is a one-stop too, so this is all provisional.
Yeah, he knows that sprint races are the ones that he targets to get a good result. And he knows he can hold his own against these guys. He's not afraid to get the elbows out against some of these more experienced drivers. This Curving Test is going to send it down the inside on Banana Cake Pie. And we'll get the move done just about. Banana Cake Pie!
Oh, he's off!
He's ran him out of road. He's ran his teammates out of road.
Contact between the two teammates there. Banana's lost 3 places. Lunacy in the pits. And I don't see Ridwan on my timing board either. So I believe Ridwan's called a time as well to make his pit stop. So they're going for the undercut.
Yeah, smart call here, because it's just about that time where you can just about stretch your tyres to the end. But still, it's going to be tough with all the tyre wear that you got on them as well. So, but they think they can make it. They think this is the fastest strategy, and Ridwan he proved it in the feature that even though you got old tyres, you can still just about hang on. Maybe with the luck from Lunacy just letting him back past. Just so it means again didn't get a penalty, but those
I mean, this is a difficult place to overtake Brett Hatch, so
tight little track. Fantastic track though. Always produces some quality battles. I don't know about passing really, but you can get the move done with a bit of cooperation around here.
Exactly, and sometimes cooperation is key, as we'll run it through the order now. As Prying Stingray, we haven't spoken about him much, but that's because he has absolutely checked out from BKXI in position 2, and we'll quickly get a gap between those two drivers. It is 8.7 seconds as Candy Cane, he's off!
Yeah, he's had a shocking run here, just ran off turn 1. I don't know if he ran off or got run off, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Stewards might have to have a little peek at that, but that's really unfortunate for him. Starting from the front row, good chance to get a good haul of points, but whenever he seems to start up front, something goes wrong. Something just goes wrong for him. It's unlucky for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the continuous bad luck of Candy Cane there. But yeah, BK in second, Curving in third. You can still see second through 7th in the same frame there, as Banana's actually gotten his way back past him.
Yeah, so Banana Cake Pie is asserting his dominance here, really, and we know how good that Lexus is around here. It's a really... I was surprised, really. It's actually quite good around here. It's not as boaty as the Aston or the SLS, really, so...
Yeah, well, those two are more or less, they're straight line cars, so I suppose where BCPOD focus their R&D, they focus more on the aerodynamic downforce side of things like Kennedy Motorsport did, and then, you know, the back half of this championship, I reckon we could expect both BC... Oh, I was about to say, we better expect them to be strong, but... Oh, that's terrible timing. But no, I still think we should be expecting Kennedy Motorsport and BCPID to have strong finishes to the season, which is pretty key for them considering that they're currently 3rd and 4th in that team's championship, but not out by any means, as Curving Texas.
He's the first of the front runners to pull the pin here. Now
he's going to try and undercut BK, surely.
Yeah, will he get jumped though by Ridwan and Lunacy here. That is the critical thing here. Does he get jumped by him? There's a... We'll find out on the rejoin.
There's Lunacy.
Yes.
And Ribbon's already passed.
Yeah, that's a yes on both parts, actually. So, takes us down to P7 now. Effectively, P3 are the guys who have made their first... Well, their only pit stop, really, because it's only one stop here. But
so he's got some work to do again. So, Kirby, Texas, surely wouldn't be happy with the BCPID pit crew.
No, I don't think he would be. There might be a couple of interesting strategy meetings in the BCPID boardroom during the next week or so, just to sort their pit crew out.
As Tim and Banana as well, they opted to make their pit stops then as well. Tim in 8th, and look at the time loss there from Banana. So
that's fuel for you.
Yeah, whatever research and development went into this season 4 car really hasn't paid off for them, because yeah, the fuel consumption is just on another level. Stingray's in.
Yep, that thing drinks like a sailor, to use a coin a phrase here, but enough slagging off the Lexus.
And BK's in as well.
Yep.
And Prezzo will take the race lead from here. So he's going to lead his first lap of the night.
I think there's a bit of gamesmanship here. He just wants to lead a lap.
Stingray has emerged in P1. Ridwan. Where's BK going to pop out though? He has split Ridwan and Lunacy.
That's critical. That's big for a podium here, because he's got fresher tyres than Lunacy.
This is provisionally P3 as well.
Lunacy's going to be hard pressed to even get past him as Candy Canes. I think he's just letting everyone go. Everything sort of in the background there, just out of the corner of my eye. But no, BK, effectively P3 on track.
And one thing you got to...
first podium.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, one thing you got to really think about, Jack, is obviously Lunacy is the #1 driver here at Kennedy Motorsport, and you know, Lunacy obviously sees an opportunity to catch up to Ridwan, and BK's in the way of that. So will they implement team orders? Will they let BK try and have a run at him?
I would let BK just go for the podium here. I think there's a bit of ego going on here between the drivers.
And just remember, this is Lunacy's last race as well as part of this team, so he's departing.
He is. If I were BK, I'd just keep going.
Yeah, and
just keep driving.
Obviously, I suppose it will depend on that gap to Ridwan if it comes down or not. The Stone Towel in the pits, and also, Jack, we actually do have a bit of a groundbreaking announcement. His sabbatical, in terms of that 3rd Kennedy Motorsport seat, he's ending his sabbatical early because Bodhod, the Triple Enduro Cup winner, has signed for the Subaru team.
Shock horror. He just couldn't have a full sabbatical, could he, Bodhod? Nah.
He couldn't stay away. Your partner in crime in that commentary box is Blocky going for a move on the Stone Towel as soon as Prezzo comes out the pit.
Yeah, good stuff there from Blocky. Back on the subject of Bodhod. Nah, it's great to see. I mean, it's sad to see Lunacy relinquish his seat in a full-time capacity, but it's great to have someone like Bodhod, the caliber of Bodhod, Season 2 champion, triple endurance champion, the GOAT of Project 1 GT.
He holds the record for the most race wins in this series with 15, prying Stingray second on that list with 13. But if Stingray can get a win...
For everything.
If Stingray can... Sorry, I'm at 12. But if Stingray can get 12. A win, it will be 13 wins for prying Stingray in his career compared to Bodhod's 15, so it's getting awfully close.
You reckon Bodhod was concerned that his wins record was under threat?
Maybe, but yeah, I think it happens sometimes when you're watching, you're watching something you love from the sidelines. Sometimes it's a bit of FOMO, a bit of a fear of missing out, and I think that's really affected Bodhod here, and I think that might have influenced his decision to come back to the series full time after obviously commentating the first half of the season with yourself.
Yeah, just noticed in the corner of my eye we have gone down to 14 runners here. Unfortunately, Banana Josh has retired from the race.
Yeah, there was a bit of radio argument there going on FP Autosport for that, the 69 team. Yeah, pretty much Banana Josh saying that he wanted to call it quits. The team arguing against that, saying prioritise the team's championship, and Banana Josh did not care. He pulled it into the pits and he is out of the car. Early reports are suggesting that the team is furious on that front. But you look at the pace already. Lunacy's gone purple behind BK.
Yeah, so he wants that podium now. He doesn't care. I don't think he cares about BK here. He just wants to go out and win this thing. He wants, when I say win, at least try to get a podium here to
bow out on a high note.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, there's a lot of ego going on between these two drivers, as there is with, I'd say, arguably every driver on this grid.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, this is the strongest we've seen Kennedy Motorsport run in a little while as well. It's been a very, very quiet season by their standards, Jack, and this is actually the longest it's been, like, into a season without a win for Kennedy Motorsport, because they won the opening race in both Season 1 and Season 3, and they won in Round 2, I believe it was, in the second season. So to go all the way to Round 7 without a race win yet, it really is uncharted territory for Kennedy Motorsport, and by their own standards, this season at the moment is looking like a bit of a failure.
Yeah, so arguably, I mean, last season's team's champions, they had the first choice of cars as well. Like, I mean, you could argue that if they were to go this season winless, you could just argue, what was the point of it? But still, there's a lot of racing still left in this championship. Like, I wouldn't count them out just yet. That this team's championship also is hotting up.
Exactly, Lunacy slightly wide there as well. Speaking about hotting up, he decided to test the rally capabilities of that Subaru once again. But yeah, obviously Catalunya, the team are expecting to be strong there after winning both races there last season. Kyoto, they looked fairly strong, and obviously Dynamite looked fairly strong there as well. Dynamite, obviously the man missing tonight, as Charles Leclerc 82 is in that seat there tonight on his debut. But yeah, currently 3rd and 4th for Kennedy Motorsport. A really strong performance at the moment, and really just showing, really just the class that, you know, the championship pedigree that this team has.
You don't count them out ever. The sleeping giant will awake if you poke the bear. If you just poke it just a little too long, it will come back and roar itself back into life.
Yeah, and Lunacy as well. He's dropped a lot of time to BK, so he must have done something wrong. He had 9/10 off his previous best of PB lap, so
yeah, I think
he's done something wrong there.
Penalties there in turn two there.
Yeah, but we'll go through the rest of the order anyway. So Curbing's in 5th, Tim Ant is in 6th, the Stone Tail in 7th, Blocky in 8th, Banana Cake Pie in 9th, KD rounding out the top 10, Jamo in 11th, the Smeg absolutely nowhere in this sprint race, really struggling at one of his strongest tracks, which is very uncharacteristic for him. He's done in 12th.
He's just had no pace in that thing in this race. He's just struggled from the get-go. There's Leclerc.
Yeah, Leclerc in 13th, Kane in 14th, and Prying Stingray still absolutely unbelievable. His pace and his ability to push away, very much similar to Banana Cake Pie last season when he won the sprint race at this very venue.
Yeah, he wasn't giving up that opportunity to, I could get a pretty easy race win here for Stingray. He knew the second he crashed out there, it's like, right, I'm going to have a chance to get a race win here.
And this is very uncharacteristic for this series, because there are no battles anywhere. Everyone's split up to an extent. I mean, I think our closest battle is BK and Ridwan.
Yeah, but BK's closing up on Ridwan here, and he will have much fresher tyres than Ridwan. Ridwan was one of the first drivers to pull the pin here, so this BK could get himself up into second here.
Yeah, he's really looking feisty. He knows Ridwan is right there, and you know, not many drivers have the opportunity or even have, you know, the privilege to say that they had the pace to contend with Ridwan or battle Ridwan. BK showed in the feature race that he could do it, and now in the sprint race he can see that gap going down. He knows he can do it. You know, he could easily just settle for P3, first podium of the season, all that.
Nah, I reckon he wants P2. Who wouldn't? You've got a chance to beat Ridwan on track, on genuine pace, you're going to do it.
But yeah, BK right behind Ridwan, really trying to apply the pressure. And oh, Ridwan!
Oh, Ridwan's wearing wide. He's just giving it up. Just pretty much giving P2 to BK on a platter.
Yeah, now he's lost a lot of speed, a lot of momentum, but now Lunacy, he's going to have an opportunity now as well to go for third. And I think when Lunacy thought to himself that, third was on the table, I think he would have thought that it was BK the one he would have overtaken, not Ridwan. So Ridwan there, losing 2 positions to both Subarus.
Yeah, he has there. That's real unfortunate there for Ridwan. I would say a little mistake. That was a big mistake there on the front straightaway, coming out of the last corner. So he has just dropped 2 positions there in the space of pretty much a sector and a bit. There is Ridwan. So that's big for the championship because Tim running in 6th. He's not anywhere near him. I mean, he's still losing points to Ridwan, but it's not as big as it would have possibly been as.
Yeah, and I mean as well, that battle for P2, obviously Lunacy's in 3rd, Curving's in 5th, Tim's in 6th, and Smeg down in 12th.
Yeah, that's big. That's real big for the championship here, because if the Smeg is just losing a lot of points, he's throwing away a pile of points in comparison to Ridwan here. So that's real big for the championship. He's just opening the door for Ridwan to extend his margin even bigger.
Yeah, we've got 4 laps to go now. Prying Stingray could be on for his 2nd win of the season, and also he could be the first man to win multiple races at this venue. This is our 6th race here at Brands Hatch we've had, and we've had 5 different race winners before this, so.
Seagray's going to break that trend.
Oh!
Oh!
What's going on here? Leclerc spun and he's taken out Lunacy, and Lunacy's lost his spot on the podium because of the backmarker teammate.
Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding.
And now Charles Leclerc 82 blocking Ridwan.
He needs to get out of the motor race here.
And now he's letting him through, as he's barely kept car on the track himself, and he's even going to let Tim. He's held Tim up mid-corner.
That's out of order. That's out of order.
And Ridwan has pulled over to the side and let Lunacy through after that one.
Yeah, I don't think he thought that was fair on Lunacy there, just to get tangled up by a back marker. Just as soon as you see that fast cars coming through, get out of the way. It's the most basic rule in motorsport.
Yeah, I think as well that, oh, Leclerc's around in the background there, and I mean, luckily he did that because the Stone Tower was just about to catch up to him, and we would hate to see Prevo's race get derailed. But
that would have been an interesting team radio.
It would have, but yeah, I think that, I think after the, the last lap incident between Lunacy and Ridwan, where there was contact between instigated by Lunacy, and then Lunacy pulled over and essentially handed the win to Ridwan. I think Ridwan just really wanted to return that respect back to him. Obviously, I think there's a lot of respect game between Lunacy and Ridwan here tonight, and yeah, I think in the Kennedy Motorsport debrief there's going to be a bit of frustration going on, especially because I did mention earlier on in the stream that Charles Leclerc did forget to use the medium tyres in the feature race and he's been disqualified. Well, he's done the exact same here. He hasn't touched the mediums yet. He will not be able to get the opportunity to do his 6 laps. And Charles Leclerc 82 has also been disqualified from this race, meaning that that 3rd Kennedy Motorsport car brings home 0 points, which again prevents them from gaining some valuable teams points, especially when FP Autosport and Team Max Speed have had terrible nights.
Yeah, if you're Kennedy Motorsport, you'd be absolutely fuming.
Absolutely furious! There we are, quoting the late great Murray Walker there.
Yeah. If I was Lunacy there, I mean, luckily there's no middle fingers getting displayed, because he would have been might have been saying, oh, he was going for first, maybe, if Charles Leclerc 82, as Tim, in the background, just had a little moment there. He probably just needs to settle down and just bring it home and collect the points and bring it home. That's all he needs to do here.
Yeah, I think he saw the opportunity for P3 right there, because he was on the back of that pack, and I think he just pushed a little bit too hard. But sometimes high risk, high reward. As Ridwan running a little bit wide there, and curving Texas, I think that you go back about 2 or 3 laps. I don't think Curving would have expected that P3 and maybe even P2 was realistically on the cards. But now if Curving plays his cards right, he could be back on the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's done a really smart couple of races here, really. Just running inside the top 5, there or thereabouts for a podium. Can he get past Woodbine and then maybe get past Lunacy? That's a massive question here. Does he have just about as fresher tyres than both of the 2 men ahead of him? So
yeah, curving last season, he really was a bright spot in the underfunded Team Elite Real Racing. He got that big money move to BCPRD. They saw the value in him. He won his first race in over 2 seasons, and he really has, and he is a contender for P2 in this championship. So BCPRD really helping revive Curving's career. And, you know, he's really repaid them with some solid results. And regardless of where he finishes in this one, in the top 5, any of these top 5 positions, it's been a solid weekend for him.
Yeah, it absolutely has. And you've got to give credit to the BCPRD team for taking a chance on the Season 1 champion as we go on to the final lap around Brands Hatch.
Yeah, Curving tried to go for a move there. Ridwan blocked it, and a wise block as well, because he held on to the spot for now. Obviously, Ridwan, the last time he was in a last lap battle, there was a bit of contact between him and Lunacy. We could see another last lap scrap between those two again, but it looks like Curving is not willing to let that one happen.
Ooh, he's a little bit skating it in on the brakes. They're just running it a little wide on early apex there, but Curving Texas, can he get the run down this straight and maybe set up a pass? I don't think he's close enough. Speaking of not being close enough, no one's close to Stingray up front. He is absolutely checked out.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. And you know what, Stingray, he might be an Australian citizen, he might live in Australia, but he does elect to race under the flag of his birth country, which is obviously here in the United Kingdom. So Brian Stingray, for the second time in his career, for the second time this season, he wins his home race. Also. He wins at Brands Hatch.
12th career win for Brian Stingray. Great
Number
drive from
13.
him. 13th, sorry. BKXI. The podium drought is over.
And his best finish since Season 1, P2, Lunacy third, and Curving pipped Ridwan before the line.
Great stuff from BK Lunacy, Curving Texas. Ridwan rounds out your top 5. The Stone Tail got Tim.
He stole 6th from Tim, so Tim, who could have had 3rd on the cards, drops to 7th. Banana Cake Pie, a quiet one for him, in 8th. Yep. Blocky in 9th.
Run off the road, here's Blocky.
KD, another top 10 finish. You know, he's staying consistent, and you know, he's bringing those points in for Team Max Speed. Jamo there in 11th, and Smeg, he currently is going purple, but it will be a disappointing P12. And after this round, Jack, in the championship, I can confirm for you though, in his last ever round as a full-time driver, for now, Lunacy wins the round.
Great job from Lunacy, the fastest driver all weekend. You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Great result for him. Great result for Kennedy Motorsport to get a round winner. Shame about the Charles Leclerc situation, but then again, that sort of stuff happens.
Yeah, and then also that will mean that Kane will cross the line in 13th after that disqualification. And I'll quickly run through a championship, because I have other places to be pretty urgently. So yeah, Ridwan still leads, Lunacy up into 2nd, but he does leave the series full time, so that 2nd spot really now is Tim's, who is 3rd in the championship. Then it's Curving Texas in 4th and Smeg in 5th, 38 points separating Tim, Tex and Smeggy. And obviously, I'll be at the commentary box next time, because I'll be on track when hopefully we figure out how to do live streams properly on the Project One YouTube channel. But Jack, you will be commentating that one live. And do you have any final words before we cap this one off?
I hope to be commentating live, mate. But yeah, great to be with you. Thanks for joining me. Always good.
Yeah, no worries. Anyway, I have been BKXI. That has been Jackie Prez, and we will see you next